Security footage shows two RCMP officers chasing Mckay Thomas along the St. Croix River Waterfront Trail in St. Stephen, New Brunswick, in the afternoon of November 15, 2025. Shortly after, Mckay ran into the river and drowned. He was 41 years old and a member of the Sipekne'katik First Nation. Rick Thomas says his son should still be alive.
Yeah, they chased him to his death into the water.
Last October, Mckay received a conditional sentence that included 8 months of probation. So when police approached Mckay outside the store, it was to arrest him for a suspected breach of his probation conditions. Rick alleges the attempted arrest was because Mckay did not call his probation officer.
Over a simple thing, not phoning your probation officer, it's not like he robbed a bank or was a murderer or nothing. They could have waited till they seen him walking, at least not by the river. You know, like he always went to the shelter every day. They could have waited for him to go there.
Thomas's family says Mckay feared going to jail, so he took off from police and ran behind this building along the waterfront walkway. In an emailed statement to APTN News, police say Mckay was seen entering the river about 300 meters down the walkway from the security cameras and began swimming toward the U.S. border town, Calais, Maine. Mckay didn't make it, and RCMP recovered his body the next day. Mckay's parents had this memorial in their home to honor their son. Mckay was a talented welder and loved joking around with his dad. Lorna Thomas is Mckay's mother.
Mckay is very muscular, and Dad is not so much, but he has it here. But it's one of our favorite pictures of Mckay and his dad. It just shows like fun.
She said for the last 2 years, Mckay struggled with addictions. He was couch surfing and staying at the local shelter and was trying to get help to turn his life around. Lorna got a call the day after Mckay died that he had been accepted into a treatment center.
So our hearts were broken even more, thinking, you know, if they just would have left him and served the warrant on a different day. It's not like he was leaving town. He wasn't leaving town. It's just, it was a death that should not have happened.
APTN News reached out to the New Brunswick RCMP to ask why he'd been chased. The RCMP responded with an email saying they cannot comment due to criminality not being involved with his death. The Serious Incident Response Team conducted an independent review and released a statement. The CERT director has reviewed all available information in detail. He immediately fled on foot and entered the water, swimming away from shore. The evidence is clear that the actions of the officers did not result in the death of the male, and it was not foreseeable that the male would enter the water. Therefore, it has been determined that this case does not meet CERT's mandate for an investigation. Rick was shocked. CERT concluded they will not conduct an investigation.
I just couldn't believe it. How can they say one thing, do one thing, and then say the other? You know, it's right there on video, and they shouldn't be able to get allowed with that.
Mckay's family still wants answers and say it was dangerous to chase him along the river.
And he had no place to go. When he ran down over the bank, all was there was the river. Where was he going to go? You know?
Rick says they will never get over Mckay's death.
You're supposed to go before your children, not your children go first. And where this is such a senseless death, it makes it even harder.
The Thomas family is seeking legal advice and plan to file a complaint to the RCMP Commission and hopes this does not happen to another person. Angel Moore, APTN, St. Stephen, New Brunswick.